Hi, everybody. I'd say, not anybody left on. So you're either all here to hear this, or you're all here for the raffle. No? Okay. IQTelcom is a telecommunications management company, very different than a lot of the players that are here today. What we do is identify what organizations use for spend in the voice and data, cellular industry. So we capture the data based on your billing, your AT&T, Verizon, Level 3, Frontier. We collect it and then we present it to you and right size it. So these are the common points of pain in the industry that everybody, I believe, experiences. Telecom bills are 85% of them are incorrect in the provider's favor. It's a very dynamic industry, changes to VoIP and SIP and MPLS and cloud-based solutions. And most organizations, they don't have any visibility of what they have, what they spend, and what it's used for. Very little organizations have the knowledge or the expertise to look at this and even understand what it is on a bill. Some bills are thousands of pages long for a large organization. So what we do is we capture the inventory, we put it into a database by location, by provider, we analyze it, and then we make recommendations how to right size it. We don't necessarily recommend changing providers if you don't want to. It's really about what you have, what it's being used for, and what it's costing you. Once it's in the database, so the mess is on the left, and the organization's on the right. So IQ360 View is the database. It's a structured CRM that was built in-house by myself and staff, and it provides visibility. So this screen shows you, if you see in the upper left-hand corner, is location tab. So this is a site list or locations, very structured by state, by city, and even there's one column here that tells you what type of phone system you have. This one happens to be a VoIP IP. That's important because when you look at a site, if it's an IP-based organization or location, your inventory is going to look very different than if you have a traditional TDM system. So you'll have your MPLS with your voice and your data, some copper sitting there. So we felt it was important to identify the type of system at a location so we could right size it. Good. And we have a blank screen. Oh. There we go. So once we capture the data, I'll go back in the visibility, and we make the recommendations. So we build the inventory. We would recommend eliminating what you don't need, place the changes with the providers, follow it through completion, report on the savings, validate your invoices, and then you have a new baseline inventory that looks something like this. So this particular screenshot is a site inventory. So if you go left to right, again, you have your site, you have your circuits, your circuit ID, your telephone numbers, and your cost. Over to the far right are pie charts and graphs that will automatically, the database is dynamic, so whatever's in the database will present itself in various summaries. So the first one, I believe, is a summary by services, and the second pie chart is by provider. So it's pure, simple visibility. This screenshot is actual projects that we've done in the past. First is company A, B, and C, 3 different organizations, starting with spend, as you can see, 14 million, 13, 19 million. The percentage of savings for each of these organizations was 15, 18, and 16%. And that is actually real savings. The number of invoices we reviewed, or accounts I should say, is down along the bottom. 700, 1,100. And then other examples of initiatives that we've undertaken for various organizations is contract review, inventory and data network. We often find when we inventory someone's data network or even their invoices, this is just through billing, that we'll often find MPLS loops without a port without a loop. So it's because the organization might have upgraded to Ethernet or some other change providers and things are left behind. So that's a very common find in the savings. Long distance circuits, right now, long distance circuits, they're underutilized because of the new technology and SIP and VoIP, but the long distance circuits are sitting there. Very little utilization on them. So we often find those. And then we help companies that are transitioning to VoIP or SIP will identify what they have, their DID numbers, how much copper is sitting at a location. And then we provide them the inventory, which helps with the project transition. The DID numbers are ported. When it's done, then we'll go back and take out the PRIs or whatever services are no longer used. We do managed services. Once we clean up inventory, we help organizations manage it. I apologize like that. So if you're doing provisioning orders, you want to make sure that services are put in right, taken out right, disconnected, and the billing stops. And in hindsight, I've been doing this a long time. It takes about 20% of your time to make a change and get a service in. It's 80% of your time to start cleaning up the bills and dealing with the carriers and getting your refunds and getting contracts right. It's a very time-consuming process, which most organizations don't have time for, or the expertise. So again, this is our online database. The information's in the back table. There's a URL. And any questions?
Ian?
Yes, sir.
Are you project management or?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, so you manage projects that we may come up with?
Yes. Yes. And the project, it always helps, again, with the inventory, to start a project, to know, have a clean baseline, so you know what you're dealing with the project, whether it's an upgrade, a migration. So yes, we have project managers.
Okay.
Anyone else? It's almost time for the raffle. You all deserve one. You're sitting here all day. Let me tell you. All right, thanks.